Let us potentially reset here, though. I'd like to heal up real quick before we continue our escapades into the depths of the area. Oh, and I'm only trained on unarmed combat. We did confirm 8% failure on Divine Exegesis. Good for now. I'd like to change that in the future, probably. But good for now. Let's turn on fighting. The 20. Unarmed combat. 221. Always keep unarmed combat slightly higher. It is who we are. Let's not forget the one that brought us here. And what else? Some dodging might be nice to have. You'll probably level up relatively quick at that low level, and then alternative to that, let's get some spell casting going. Evo is also probably something I'd recommend training here, but we're fine for the moment. So we're gonna play it by ear and just see how that works. You invisible son of a gun. Well, definitely lots of ghost moths. The advertisements did not lie. There would and were and are many a ghostly moth for our pleasure here, but nothing we can't handle. And second rune under our belt. Heck yeah, brother. Not too shabby whatsoever. Well, let's finish off the last little bit of the floor here, much like we did on Shoals. Transforming Translocation gave us Malign Gateway. Wow, thanks, Sif. To be fair, I'm guessing most of your books are going to be just like one spell here, one spell there that we don't already know, but I'll still call you out and judge you, you know, just a little bit. Friendly ribbing, as it were. That's totally appropriate, you know, coming from a baby mortal like me to an all-knowing, all-powerful, omnipotent, omnipresent god of, you know, everything I stand for, that being magic. Yeah, I'd say that seems appropriate. I don't see a problem. Okie dokie. Well, that was an exciting final rune to the floor here as I get inundated with new friends. And that is beautiful. Holy moly, 2 runes under our belt. And a decent speed here, all things considered. Usually my ogres run a bit slower. This is probably slightly slower than like a ranger character, higher than basically any other average character that I play. Interesting. Well, got both runes, and we also cleared out dungeon to the bottom. I kind of want to keep going. Some part of me is worried this is the cusp. This is that moment that when I look back, I'll be shaking my head saying, why didn't I stop there? But I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll probably head into vaults, though. Do have to be careful of cold damage. The frost hearts are going to be a potential sore spot for us here. But otherwise, probably not looking too bad. Let's head on up and get on up. And that is beautiful. Head right in here. I guess a big part of what made this run faster than any other, I mean, the majority of my characters again, but also just any other transmutation style caster, is just how stupidly lucky we got getting dragon form so early on and being able to train it up. Instead of needing to, you know, hedge our bets and instead, in the short term, focus on a different spell to just keep ourselves alive long enough. None of that baloney. Instead, just go right for the source here, get dragon form up and running. And right, I did also, as we hit our next skill caps here, let's try and remember the next time we come into this menu, I probably want to raise the spell power on dragon form and on manifold assault, because I do think we'll start to run into issues later, and dragon form I think gives us duration and potentially additional HP too. I think the spell power might scale, which I'm definitely interested in. We're only sitting at 304 HP right now. That's pathetic. We can do a lot better than that. So all there is to do is to try. But otherwise, we're basically going to tab fight through every single one of these encounters. You know, start off with Manifold Assault if there are multiple enemies, but otherwise, just let it happen. I mean, here you can see that we're kind of potentially coming to regret our gumption, and there I cast Blink instead of breathing fire again. Yikes. Don't do that, Torinski. Thought we learned from our previous mistakes, but I guess life is just a series of cascading mistakes until we inevitably die or pick up the Orb of Zot, so we'll see how it goes. Ogre big, Ogre strong. That they are, Safid, that they are. Doesn't get much better than this. My cup truly do runneth Ogre. What started off as a glib joke has now become my reality and my truth. Fantastic. We do see that a couple of enemies we do have to be concerned about. Anything cold themed, anything electrical. Very, very scary. But besides that, feeling pretty solid. Nothing to worry about. Oh, I should have checked your odds of turning me from Cup Runneth Ogre into a Mark. Martholomew, as it were. The next Vault Sentinel got there. That we run into, I should double check that just to make sure that we're not unnecessarily risking life and limb any single time we come across them. I'm guessing that's going to be like 20-30%, somewhere in that range. Oh, okay. Sir, what you do? 20%? Okay, so fairly decent odds. Really, if they try to do it, chances are it's going to succeed. But maybe that's fine. Maybe it's not the end of the world here. We throw big rocks in Droger form? Unfortunately not. I wish. Oh boy, do I wish. But I'm pretty sure that is illegal. Yeah. Man, what were you thinking, DCSS? All my dreams. Tossed out the window. Literally unplayable. Now, it does make a certain amount of sense. I imagine that would be a powerhouse that could basically base tank all 15 runes, largely because rather than tanking anything, it would just murder everything before it gets the chance to even, you know, think about striking back. So fair, sensical even, but and yet we still riot. And that should basically be vaults 2 taken care of, done and dusted. Ranged enemies, definitely slightly more worrisome than we've otherwise encountered. I should also always be in dragon form when I head down a stairwell. Let's not be crazy now. Let's not be silly by any stretch. Ooh, and that's actually where I was kind of okay. If we got marked, would not have been the end of the world. In fact, we could have kind of used it as an opportunity to try and clear out a lot of the floor from the safety of the stairwell, but it is what it is. You know, I'm not mad, just disappointed. And that should, there we go, be our foothold on the floor. Let's see what else we come across as we continue onwards and upwards towards glory and all that good stuff. Been really lucky with these frost hearts. Either we're in a perfectly fine spot where we have all the room in the world and they can't hit us with their creeping cold anyway, or we turn the corner in an otherwise terrifying zone and just one-shot them. I guess this was a little bit of a mix. A little bit different from my descriptions. We're in a relatively nasty section, but we just stuck up on them while they were sleeping instead. Regardless, still, I guess, the same end result, that we're somehow beating the odds there and getting way luckier than I have any right to be. Let's head back up to D3 and finish off this area before getting too whacking wild with it. There was another mark trap? Why is there always a second mark trap? Marcus? Well, these sons of guns still, we'll just never know what hit them. Sorry, my Convoker friend. Actually, oh, I almost don't want to say it out loud. I should probably wait till we finish the next floor, but we'll be fine. We make our own fate. So far, not a single convoker has successfully convoked. Titanic slime is interesting. I probably don't want to fight a titanic slime, right? I do. Some not that small part of me very much wanted to go tete-a-tete, head-to-head against our ginormous slimy friend, but for the sake of our own sanity and probably the sanity of all the viewers, let's try and keep this obnoxiously strong character alive instead of just throwing their life into the ditch by the side of the road. Seems like that might be an okay idea. But, okay, still no convokers. I mean, I guess it's probably not, all things considered, that rare to get through vaults without a single convoker popping off. Son of a gun. Oh, why did I say anything? I should walk towards them. I'm an idiot. Maybe it is amazing, because we just failed it. And this character is up there for sure. Again, obnoxiously strong, I think, was an apt description at the end of the day. But hello, crypt entrance. Goodbye, crypt entrance. Nothing to see or do here. And another mark trap. No effect whatsoever, as we've already finished off the majority of the floor. Glowing shapeshifter? What? One of you is a shapeshifter and not a real undead spawn? Was that what I saw? Could have gone back in the logs, especially before I made it too far, and wouldn't become a pain to scroll, but that's fine. Sometimes it's nice not having the answer, and instead we can just woefully come up with hypotheticals until the cows come home. And Convoker number 2 also going to succeed here, I'm sure of it. And that, I was going to say is fine, and then I changed my mind. Well, let's start there. And you know what? That's actually not going to be as useful or good as I thought. So, okay, let's slow down here for a moment. Hands off the keyboard. And I wanted to take a look, what spells do I have? Or probably more fittingly, what spells do I not have already? Oh, I do have Ignition, so we could pivot to train that if we so desired. We do not have Death's Door or Revivification, so we don't have the one-stop shop panic buttons quite yet. We do have Disjunction, though. I mean, in this small of a space, I can't imagine it would be that incredible. And it would open us up to freezing or creeping cold. So, let's do another check here instead. 90%, 94%, 90%. Okay. Good odds of fearing everyone around us. And whoever is not feared will die. Such is life. I don't make up the rules. I just work here. But can manifold assault from afar here, and in fact, let's just pop around this corner to give ourselves a slight bit of wiggle room. It's wild that looks like we have no health left. Still 58. So, I mean, compared to your average character, still plenty of room to work with here. And there we go. We do make it out of there in one piece. Let's head upstairs to just fully rest, recuperate, feel better about ourselves and each other. And then we can jump back in to finish off the floor. So, hey, there we go. Not totally invulnerable now. I've yet again tasted the sweet, sweet, I was trying to think of a word other than taste. I guess flavors of mortality. And I've been left wanting. / slightly more terrified than I was initially, which is good. Hubris is the mind killer. I'm pretty sure that's the quote, right? So we'll do our best to avoid any such eventualities, and instead let's just do our best to murder everything, but in a respectful way. Lightning is a problem. Cold is also a problem, actually. Yeah, this is... Yikes. 1%, 64%, 79%. None of that is great. Oh, do I just get out of here? Cut my losses. Specifically, that'd be using a blink scroll, pop to the corner, potentially even match it with a teleport. Though if that teleport, I don't think it can bring me into the ruined doors, right? That seems like a wild misadventure and a terrifying way to die. I mean, I've only found 2 of my stairwells out, so we're definitely still in sketchy territory. Yeah, let's yoink ourselves out this direction. I guess while you're back there, I might as well try and murder you. Oh right, you're too fast for your own good. Anyone ever tell you that? Well, no one will ever tell you it again, I guess. Sorry about that. Needs must. Life just goes that way sometimes. Is what it is. Okay, so the Titan is still around somewhere, and definitely to be feared. Wait a second. When Convokers convoke, can it take from anywhere in the level? Did that Frost Giant and Titan come from inside the house? I feel like they got it, right? So I would not normally expect to see them here. But maybe I'm just, you know, huffing that sweet, sweet copium. Just anything to justify my fears. Maybe, just maybe. Well, again, just sprinted through vaults. Holy moly. Oh, me oh my. Well, I don't think I have the time in me this evening to finish this run, unfortunately. Even though it is looking like that's going to come sooner than expected. Still have 3rd rune to get, and then of course all of Depths and Zot, but I would like to not rush myself, so all of that is conducive to continuing this run next week. The question is there anything else I should wrap up now while I'm still fully in the zone? Because we will be kind of re-warming up again when we come back at it from a brand new angle next week. I guess I could do my entrance into Depths, and then I could just explore Depths a little bit at my own pace. Entrance is usually the scariest part in my experience. Holy. Hello, friends. Roka. Nice to see you. Well, we have a lot of might potions, so if I start there... Wait. I killed one single orc, and it was just a baby orc. Okay, yeah, I think I need to work on this manifold assault thing. Well, let's just take you kids upstairs, though, and murder you all indiscriminately. Nothing we can't handle at the end of the day here, just slightly slower of approach than I otherwise might like to take. Might potion was completely unnecessary, but that's fine. Again, we have a bunch of them. Yeah, I need to relook up Manifold Assault and some of the details there, because I expected it to be, you know, a little bit rough. We're definitely not trained for it by any stretch, but I did not expect it to be quite so pathetic. Oh, hold up, I'm not a dragon anymore. Everyone, chill. Everybody freeze. Okay, let's rest, recuperate, come back down, and then murder you all. Now that's the ticket. That's more like it. And yeah, I think I have talked myself into, let's finish Depths 1 here at the very least. Then we can rethink, but it will very, very likely be the end of our adventure for the time being. To be continued and all of that. I know I recently started watching The Devil's Plan on Netflix with my partner. That's our new kick of a show, and it's a competitive, largely puzzle-based or like deception-based game show type approach. Mixes up cooperative and competitive components, I guess, in an interesting way. Yeah, it's a Korean game show, I believe. But very much enjoying it. The one thing that they definitely do to the utmost degree is cliffhangers. And boy, does it work. Every time we end an episode, we're like, oh, should we just watch the first 5 minutes of the next one? I know we don't really have time, but we could just start it. And, you know, check out, see what happens. So I guess maybe in that sense it works, but also doesn't work, because we definitely don't necessarily stick around for the full episode. A lot of times it is just a quick, I need to fulfill my curiosity, or we will drive ourselves crazy trying to come up with what we think is going to happen over the next week or so. But okie dokie. Do I end it there? Oh, I probably should. It's tough because my live time, when I look, is not accurate. Because yeah, when I look over to other monitor, we did have that stream crash earlier. Fortunately, so far, you know, knock on wood and all of that, we have not yet crashed our computer. And I thought we'd get the full trifecta: mic issue, stream issue, computer issue. Apparently, we're not quite at that level yet. But while talking this over, my mind was running. And I think, potentially against my better judgment, I might do one more floor. And it does also allow us, we can quickly come in here and we can change up some of our skilling as well. Get more transmutations and translocations under our belt just to bring up the spell powers there. I guess spell casting could also be a potential target for that. Just school agnostically increase all of our casting capabilities, as it were. As one do and as one does. But more fire-themed enemies, please. Fire giants, fire dragons. You love to see it. Finally get the protection from cold ring. Oh me oh my. So we'd lose corrosion resistance, we'd lose 9 MP, but we'd gain cold resistance. I guess we can do it conditionally. We don't have to be wearing it all the time. How well does that work out in practice? Nah. Questionable at best, just because I do not trust my own ability to dynamically remember to change into the appropriate wares, but maybe it's fine. I'm gonna immediately try to murder this spark wasp. Okay. Remember when I said it was probably a mistake to keep going? Well, shocker. Plot twist for you. It might have in fact been a bad idea to keep going. Okay, purple ugly thing is berserk. How much damage do you do? 36. I'm fine with that. Read the teleport, get the heck out of there. Hearing horrible gurgling sounds? What is that? Who makes horrible gurgling sounds? Have I lost my mind? Don't answer that. Ooh. Okay. Change over rings. Hold resistant. Ooh. Ah. He's done it. He's remembered the most basic of instructions. It's a gosh darn miracle. Maybe I do just leave that ring on though, you know? Okay, let's block off the entrance to that area. I don't think it's conducive to the whole trying to stay alive thing. So, you know, with that in mind, to that end, let's do it this way. Oh, just unseen horrors, I'm guessing, are the invisible thing here. Excuse me. Sons of guns. There we go. Okay, no, we do manage to kill you at least. Dragon v Dragon. Definitely always fantastic little matchup there. And what do we get from Sif? Call Imp, Shock, and Swiftness. What a combo. Largely useless. Heck yeah, brother. Okay, well, I think for real this time, that might be where we call it. It's so tempting. My brain is so broken, but I will most likely kill off this character that's doing just beautifully, and I would like to see make it to the end. There's even a small chance that I just fall asleep on stream, because again, I don't know why, but I am suddenly exhausted. So, to that end, maybe we'll end it here. If I really get the hankering to finish off the character, I could always throw in a midweek stream at some random convenient time. Alternatively, and more likely, I'll just be back next Sunday. We'll finish off this character, you know, Sif willing, in the first little bit of the stream, and then we'll have free reign to just figure out what we want to do next. So yeah, I guess that's that. But hey, super, super fun run here. I mean, I was excited to finally get an ogre off the ground at some point before the change to shapeshifting, and boy does it not disappoint. Such a fun way to play the game. Mostly just stupidly strong, if I'm being completely honest, especially again on this character that got it rolling early enough to take full advantage of it. I mean, for both runes, it's part of why we've just blitzed through the game at wild speeds here. Not to say it's not over, or not to say it is all over yet, because definitely could still die many times over, especially as we get into Zot. But regardless, I had an amazing time. I hope you'll enjoy it as well, of course. Huge amount of appreciation for all of you lovely folks for joining us. You know, if you're chatting alongside, lurking in the background, or hey, if you're watching this later down the road through YouTube or the VODs, then thank you for joining us. I, again, hope that it is exciting to watch. I know it's a mixed bag. I don't know, some people probably really enjoy the like constant near-death, oh gosh, panic runs. I'm guessing there's also some people that get a swelling of relief when I finally have a character that it looks like I'm not going to kill off immediately. I can still disappoint those people, just watch me. I could die right away, starting next week. Would not be that surprising, but I'm curious where the majority of people land on that spectrum of feelings towards whether I play like absolute garbage, or not even play well, but just have a character that is basically unlosable. Regardless of all of that nonsense though, we should of course do a quick check to see who is online at the moment. Also progressively gone warmer and warmer throughout the stream today. I hope. I was raising my arms a lot earlier, I think, so I kept on doing like stretches and stuff. Would not do so again now. I'm guessing we're looking a little stained. You know, too much information and all of that. I'm sure that's the type of gross information that you all just love to hear. That's what we do here, you know, we cut right to the quick, the hard-hitting news cycle of the current status of my sweat, I guess, is what I'm going for. But you know, it looks like Brain is live, so I'll probably send a raid out that direction. Currently playing some Civ, I'm guessing with some buddies. Sprig is usually a safe bet there, and a consortment of others. Who knows, definitely stick around to find out. Oh geez, should also have my laptop muted. Whoopsie daisies. But regardless, stick around, say hello. Always such a wonderful time. Brain is such a fantastic individual, very chill vibes. And yeah, say hello. But with that, let's get the raid rolling off here. Get it prompt and started. And yeah, we'll be back next week to continue our lovely dragon friend here. In fact, let's end in dragon form. It's the only right thing to do, really. And yeah, hopefully we can get another win next week with Sif Muna here. Or at the very least, continue this fun run. We'll see how it goes. Regardless of all of that, I do hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you out there. And I definitely hope to see you soon. Hope to see you next week. Just remember, folks, we never, for even a moment, didn't happen. I'll see ya.